in 1975, you wrote I Am Not Spock, and your new book is called I Am Spock. This is confusing. Could you explain it to us, please?
Well, I have a bit of an identity crisis. Actually, you have to take the whole thing with a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, both titles. I wrote the other book 20 years ago as a kind of a discussion about my Star Trek experiences up to that point. And in the book, I wrote a chapter that grew out of an experience that I had when a lady recognized me. And she had a little child with her, and she marched him up in front of me. The boy was about 6 or 7 or 8 years old. And she said, "Look who's standing right in front of you." The little boy stared at me, and there was no response at all. And she said, "This is your favorite person. You watch him every week on television." And he just stared. And then she said, "This is Mr. Spock." And the little boy stared, and I know he was thinking, "Mom's lost it," because I didn't look like Spock at all. I didn't have the clothes, didn't have the makeup, didn't have the ears. And I was struck by that. I thought it was very interesting that we use this language sort of shortcut, talking about actors and actresses, identifying with the characters. So I wrote a chapter in which I discussed the differences between myself and the character, because I thought people might be interested in that. And I called the chapter I'm Not Spock. And I thought that would be a provocative title for the book. And I was hoping to create some curiosity. What I created was controversy. People thought that I was distancing myself from the character.
Yes, you didn't want to know. Yes. Yeah. But 30 years, Leonard, there are actors, as you know, who have been in much shorter series than this, and they've learned to hate the character that they play. Yeah.
Well, that's not the case with me at all. I've had a wonderful, wonderful career as a result of Star Trek and Mr. Spock, and I consider the character a very positive role model. I think Star Trek II has been a very positive impact on a lot of people. There isn't a day goes by somebody says to me, it's been a positive influence on my life. I'm in the sciences because of Star Trek or whatever, It's a proud thing. I'm very grateful for it, and it's given me the opportunity to do things that I never expected to do in my life, to direct movies and to produce and write movies and turn out books and visit Ireland.
Right. Yeah. So how much of Spock is there in you? How much of you is there in Spock?
Well, we've come to common ground.
Yeah, you need to.
I think Spock has changed over the course of the 30 years that I've been involved with him, and I think that I've changed. I think I'm much more rational than I used to be, much more logical. And I think Spock
You're supposed to be the most logical man in the world.
You mean Spock?
Spock. Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, one of you. One of you.
Well, yeah, either one, both.
Relentless logic.
He's taught me a lot about. But I think it's a very human characteristic. This attempt to balance the right and left brain, the logic versus the emotion. Many times people walk away from situations thinking, "Oh, I wish I hadn't been so emotional. I wish I'd thought clearer about what I was up to." And that's a human condition. That's the Spock condition. And Spock has that kind of balance of logic and emotion.
So, what do you reckon is the attraction of this thing?
Star Trek is a society that I think people find very attractive. It's a society that's very much concerned with ethics, social justice, dignity of the individual. We value diversity in the culture. Whether you're tall or short or fat or skinny or male, female, gender, race, creed, religion, doesn't matter. It's a meritocracy. If you're good, you get the job. There's an equality of opportunity. I think it's a peaceful, hopeful outlook for the future where ethics are valued.
You have to arrive here earlier than the rest of the crew to get into your makeup?
Somewhat, yeah. I'm here usually about 6:30 in the morning. We actually start shooting at 8. The crew arrives around 7:30. It takes me about an hour and a half to get into the rig. Yeah.
Okay, let's find out a little bit about yourself. How did Leonard Nimoy get into showbiz?
Well, I'm from Boston originally. I've been in Los Angeles working in films off and on for about 17 years. I started acting when I was a little boy, about 8 years old, in neighborhood settlement houses in Boston, and kind of grew up into it. I just kept doing it because I liked it, and then suddenly just decided that I liked it enough to want to make a career of it. So I came to California in 1949 and started acting in films then.
And before this part, didn't you mainly play gangster roles?
I had done a lot, yeah. I pushed a lot of people around and got my comeuppance in the end of the show, that kind of thing. But it was good training. I did a wide variety of characters. The last 5 or 6 years, I've been playing more or less sympathetic, interesting people that my mother would like to see me play, doctors, lawyers, professional people. I played a film producer, a film actor producer on an episode of The Lieutenant Show, which was produced by Gene Roddenberry, who then created Star Trek and had me in mind as a result of the Lieutenant thing for Mr. Spock.
Well, I think it's one of the fine series on the air, and I certainly hope it continues. How long does it take you to shoot one episode? It looks like a very expensive show.
It is. I understand one of the most expensive on the air. It takes approximately 6.5 or 7 shooting days, which means about a week and a half in calendar time to shoot a show.
long and prosper.